You've been told stories about explorers and conquerors. You've heard the narratives of progress and civilization. But what if I told you they lied to you? Colonialism wasn't about spreading knowledge. It wasn't about bringing civilization. Colonialism was about control. It was about power, dominance, and resources. For centuries, imperial powers forced their way into countries, taking whatever they wanted: gold, land, people. They justified it with stories of civilizing the savages. But here's the truth: colonialism wasn't about helping anyone. It was about creating systems of exploitation and oppression that served the colonial masters. It was a means to secure wealth for the few, leaving the rest of the world in shackles. Let's talk about the British Empire, the largest empire in history. They occupied almost a quarter of the world's land at its peak. The exploitation of India is a perfect example. During British rule, millions of Indians died from famine, while the British continued to extract resources from the subcontinent. And how about Africa? In the late 1800s, European powers divided Africa between themselves at the Berlin Conference, with no regard for the people living there. Whole communities were torn apart, and the scars of colonial rule are still evident in the ongoing conflicts and economic instability in many African nations today. The effects of this lie, they're still with us today. The economic systems that were built under colonial rule still dominate the world. For example, many countries in Africa and South Asia still struggle with the colonial economic structure imposed on them. The extraction of resources continues today, with multinational corporations continuing to exploit labor and natural resources from these nations. The borders that were drawn by colonizers, they still define countries. And many of these borders artificially grouped together tribes and communities that had no historical ties, creating tensions and conflicts that persist to this day. The social systems that oppressed millions, they haven't gone away. In places like South Africa, the legacy of apartheid, which was a colonial system of segregation, is still felt in the widespread inequality that exists today. And here's the most shocking part. The legacy of colonialism isn't just a story of the past, it's a story of today. It's in the inequality you see, economic disparities between the global North and South, social inequalities, and political corruption rooted in colonialism's past. It's in the systems that hold people back, particularly in post-colonial nations, where the effects of historical exploitation linger in the present day. And it's in the countries still struggling to break free from the chains of history. Countries like India, Nigeria, Kenya, and many more are still fighting the lingering effects of colonialism, trying to reshape their economies, societies, and political systems. Next time you hear the word civilization, ask yourself, who is it for, and who gets left behind? Next time you learn about progress, remember, progress was never about the people, it was about the system. This system is still alive today. Welcome to Origins 404, where we uncover the history they don't want you to know. Enjoyed the shocking truth? Subscribe now to Reactor 404 to uncover more hidden stories that shaped our world. Like this video if you think history deserves to be told right. Don't forget to share with someone who needs to hear the truth. Join us as we rewrite history together.